Hello students. In Module 1, we will learn orientation to Siemens S7-1200 and SCL. We will go slowly, like classroom explanation. Remember orientation to Siemens. Also note S7-1200 and SCL practically, a practical first session before students write SCL logic. For students, focus, controller family, TIA portal structure, scan cycle, language choice, and safety boundary. Do not worry about syntax first. First understand the purpose of the topic. Now see this slide. Main point is the session moves from hardware awareness to safe SCL habits. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is S7-1200 is a compact PLC family for basic machine automation. Remember, at training level, explain it as one small controller that reads field signals, runs logic, and drives outputs. Also note, the CPU is the main controller. Signal boards and signal modules extend I/O. Profinet connects engineering and devices. Practically, CPU, for students, runs the user program and stores tags, blocks, and diagnostics. In industry, I/O for practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is S7-1200 G2 is best taught as the newer generation, not a different PLC idea. Remember, at student level, both are still taught through hardware, tags, blocks, scan cycle, and diagnostics. G2 adds a newer engineering context. Also note S7-1200. Practically, compact controller for basic automation. For students, main training focus, I/O, tags, OB, FC, FB, DB. In industry, students learn scan cycle, monitoring, and troubleshooting. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is every SCL example still starts from real inputs and outputs. Remember, students should be able to point from a line of code to a field signal. Also note, sensor switch. Practically, field signal. For students, input terminal. In industry, process image input. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is TIA portal project structure gives students a map before they program. Remember, project. Also note, one training job. Practically, devices and networks. For students, CPU, modules, network. In industry, PLC tags. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is the PLC scan cycle, is the heartbeat behind every SCL statement. Remember, 1. Update outputs. Also note, CPU writes output image to physical outputs. Practically, 2. Read inputs. For students, CPU copies field input values into input image. In industry, 3. Execute logic. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is in SCL, scan cycle thinking prevents many beginner mistakes. Remember, student mistake. Also note, they write SCL like normal computer code. Practically, they expect the program to wait automatically. For students, they forget that inputs are read again next scan. In industry, they use memory bits without knowing when they reset. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is LAD, FBD, and SCL are three tools for different kinds of clarity. Remember LAD. Also note, best when the logic looks like electrical relay thinking. Practically good for students, basic start-stop. In industry, interlocks. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is SCL is Siemens Structured Text Language for Cymatic S7 CPS. Remember, simple definition. Also note, SCL is a high-level, Pascal-based language that works inside the Siemens block structure. Practically, first syntax students should recognize. For students, if level high then. In industry, pump CMD assigns false. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now see this slide. Main point is standard control training must stay separate from safety-rated logic. Remember, standard control. Also note, used for normal machine operation. Practically, examples, start command, mode selection, motor sequence, alarms. For students, a standard interlock can protect the process, but it is not automatically a safety function. In industry, safety-rated logic. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now this is lab practice. The task is about the first lab should prove the full path, not show too much code. Remember, create project. Also note, select CPU and add basic hardware. Practically, create tags. For students, name input, output, and memory clearly. In industry, write SCL block. Do this slowly. First make tags, then write logic, then monitor every important value. Now see this slide. Main point is student checks should confirm concept, not only code execution. Remember, explain the hardware. Also note, where is CPU, input, output, Ethernet. Practically, find the project areas. For students, where are tags, blocks, and online diagnostics? In industry, trace one scan. For practical work, do not only remember the word. Understand where this point is used in the machine. Now we recap Module 1. The important point is orientation to Siemens S7-1200 and SCL. Remember, Module 1 recap. Also note, students are ready for SCL practically when they can explain the PLC path and the scan cycle. For students, 1. S7-1200 is a compact PLC family for practical automation. In industry, 2. G2 is the newer generation, teach the foundation first. Before moving to the next module, student should explain this in simple words.